You won't believe what Joe Walsh just revealed about Don Henley, a truth that stayed buried for decades. These two weren't just bandmates, they were brothers, rivals, and sometimes saviors. And now, at 77, Walsh is finally pulling back the curtain. Back in 1975, Walsh walked into the studio with a guitar riff so wild it sounded like a race car tearing down the highway. That riff became Life in the Fast Lane. But here's the shocker. Henley didn't want it. He thought it was too reckless, too far from the polished Eagles sound. Weeks of heated debates followed. Walsh wanted raw adrenaline. Henley wanted meaning. In the end, their clash turned into lightning. Henley shaped the riff into a warning about excess, while Walsh kept the reckless energy alive. That collision, wild guitar against sharp lyrics, created one of the Eagles' most iconic songs. But the real story between them wasn't about music alone. By the early 90s, Walsh was spiraling in addiction, close to losing everything. And it was Henley, the perfectionist, the taskmaster who stepped in. Walsh recalls being summoned to a hotel room where Henley looked him dead in the eye. Get sober, or you're out. No second chances. It wasn't cruelty. It was tough love. Henley even took him to rehab and checked in every week. And when Walsh finally came out clean, a gift was waiting. A brand new Fender guitar with a note that read, "Welcome back, Joe. Now go play like yourself." Walsh admits he cried that day. For a man often seen as cold, Henley's actions spoke louder than any lyric. Then came 2016. The Eagles lost Frey, their heart and soul. Walsh saw a side of Henley no one else did, quiet, broken, listening to Desperado alone with tears in his eyes. Henley swore the band couldn't go on, but Walsh and Timothy B. Schmidt reminded him that Frey's son, Deacon, could carry the torch. Reluctantly, Henley agreed. Backstage at their first show without Glenn, Henley gripped Walsh's arm and said, "We do this for him. We can't fail." From that night on, every performance became a tribute, Henley pouring his grief into every note. Of course, it wasn't always brotherhood. In 1980, during the band's ugly breakup, Walsh's drunken outbursts and loose talk to the press drove Henley mad. He accused Walsh of sabotaging the band. But even in those dark years, Henley still called from time to time, never about music, just to check in. Deep down, he cared. And about those rumors with Stevie Nicks, Walsh put it bluntly years later. "I didn't steal Stevie from Don. That's just gossip." He admitted Henley kept his heartbreak private, while Walsh stayed the carefree joker who always risked stirring trouble. Different as they were, they respected the boundaries. Through it all, Henley was the guardian of the Eagles' legacy. He fought for perfection in the studio, refused to cheapen their name for a quick payday, and demanded every harmony, every light, every lyric be flawless. Walsh may have poked fun at Henley's seriousness, but even he admits, without Don's vision, the Eagles would never have soared as high. Today, Walsh lives sober, running his Vets Aid charity for homeless veterans, still hitting the stage with that mischievous grin. Henley, ever private, focuses on family, environmental work, and making sure every Eagles show honors the music's true spirit. So here's the truth Walsh finally revealed. Behind the stern face and perfectionism, Don Henley was the anchor who saved him, the brother who refused to let him fall. Their bond was messy, fiery, and unshakable. What do you think? Were the Eagles held together by music, or by the unspoken loyalty between these two? Drop your thoughts below, hit like, and subscribe if you want more untold stories of rock legends.